Hi everyone, it's Angel, and today I thought it'd be really useful to make a video on the things that I didn't do in high school that got me into Caltech. This isn't a video on the things that you shouldn't do in high school, but more about the things that I didn't do that a lot of people probably think that they should do in high school to get into one of these prestigious colleges, but you really don't need to do that stuff because I'm living proof I didn't do these things, yet I still got into Caltech and a bunch of other schools when I applied. Also, I always see people talking about, oh, how I got into this school, all their accomplishments in high school, but I think a lot of the time that puts a lot of pressure on people who are applying to these colleges because they're like, oh my god, I have to do all these things for me to even have a slight chance of getting into this school. But really, you don't need to do all of that. Also, this video is not saying, oh, you don't need to do these things at all. This is just an example of things that I didn't do, yet I still got in. There's still some things that I did do in high school that probably made me stand out. So don't think, oh, just because she didn't do these things, I don't need to do them either. But it's just trying to relieve some stress if you're applying right now. So hopefully this video can do that. So without further ado, let's go ahead into the things that I did not do in high school that got me into Caltech. Okay, so the first thing I didn't do in high school is I didn't do any research. A lot of the people I've talked to at Caltech said that they did already do research in high school and they even wrote papers on what they discovered, but I didn't do any of that. I didn't go to any prestigious colleges to do research in high school because where I'm from, there aren't that many opportunities like that and not that many people do that. So don't put too much pressure on yourself if you can't find any opportunities because you really don't need to. And I do know a lot of people at Caltech who also didn't do research in high school. Just those people who did do research, it is very impressive, of course, but it's not something that you really need to do. The second thing I didn't do is I didn't do an internship. Internships are probably a lot more popular than research. I know that I applied to one when I was like a junior or a senior. I didn't get it, but that was fine because like I said, not that many people in my high school or from where I'm from did do internships. Third thing is I did not get a perfect ACT or SAT score. In my how I got into Caltech video, I said I got a 35. Of course, that's still really good, but I think a lot of the time people put pressure on themselves and say, oh, I have to get a perfect score to get a better chance of getting in. But I know that the Caltech average ACT score is like 35, 36. So as long as you're like near that range, and I think even if you get like a 34 or something, like don't stress about it. Don't think, oh, I'm never gonna be able to get in. You can still get a really good chance of getting in if you have other good achievements or accomplishments that you did in high school. The idea of being perfect leads me into my next idea, which is I did not get all 5s on my AP tests. I got some 4s on STEM subjects as well, so it's fine if you don't get all 5s, and it's fine if you're not perfect. Next thing is I did not qualify for AIME or get any of those super special math awards. I did do a lot of math competitions in high school. I did Mu Alpha Theta, which is basically just Math Honor Society, and I did a lot of those. I started doing math competitions when I was probably in like 4th grade, and math was a pretty serious thing for me because I also did private math lessons. I didn't get any of those really prestigious math awards. I know my sister, she qualified for AIME, and the Caltech application specifically asks you if you qualify for AIME, but I didn't qualify. Another thing that my sister did that I didn't do was attend any super fancy STEM or math science camps. I guess math and science are in STEM. But yeah, I didn't do any of those super fancy camps at a prestigious college or any college really. I did do some small ones, but it wasn't really anything that colleges would know. It was just like a local thing that's like a mini robotics camp or something. My sister, she went to Promise, which was in Boston, and that was a really big thing, and I know that a lot of colleges know about that. I also didn't do any science Olympiads or any contests like that. I know that for physics, there's this really big competition, Physics Olympiad or something. I'm not sure. Sorry if I'm wrong about that. And the last thing that I didn't do in high school is I didn't start anything new. I know that a lot of colleges really like to see leadership, and if there's something that your high school or your community doesn't have, then you start it. I didn't start a new club or an organization. I didn't start any nonprofits. I literally just did high school. so nothing really special. So those are all the things that I didn't do in high school, but I know some of my Caltech classmates also didn't do math competitions at all. Math wasn't really their thing, and they just weren't really interested in it, and that's okay because they're still going to Caltech and they still got in. Not everyone is super big on math, not everyone's super big on physics like me, and everyone has their own thing to be interested in, so you don't necessarily have to be into a specific subject just because you think that the school you're applying to is interested in that. And just because the school is kind of focused on STEM, that doesn't mean that you have to be interested in every single aspect of STEM. Some Caltech students also didn't play varsity sports or any sports at all in high school. I know that I played volleyball and tennis, club volleyball. I'm also on the Caltech volleyball team, but a decent amount of Caltech undergraduates actually didn't play sports. They probably didn't do any sports because they were focused on academics or other clubs or organizations they were interested in, so not doing sports is actually pretty common. Alright, so those are all the things that I didn't do in high school and some other points that other Caltech students didn't do in high school. I hope that this relieves some stress when you're applying, or even if you're just starting high school and you're thinking of what to do during your 4 years. Hopefully you're not thinking of joining every single thing just so you can get into these colleges. Do what is really important to you and what you think is really interesting, and as long as you can have your own achievements, you don't have to do what everyone else is doing. You'll probably get in if you do really work hard, and I believe that you can. I don't think I've seen any videos on what people didn't do in high school, so hopefully this was really useful. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!